Signify is an all-Indian team. Mega Aorus is an all-Vietnamese team. So 2 teams that we don't get to see too often. So we don't know where they're coming from other than their most recent games, essentially. I don't know what to expect. The fact that they pick Aggr.Slayer at the beginning of the game, I love. I'm going to be excited for it, but I think you're right. They could easily trip over their own feet and die pretty easily in this type of draft.
From what I've seen, it is not an opener they have been into. So something a little bit new for them, something that has been done over at ESL Birmingham. So they're just saying, all right, that maybe these are heroes they play, and they like them, and they're like, okay, we can make this work. Let's try and mimic one of those drafts.
Yeah. And there's a good chance that it could be successful, but we'll see. Now you're against an Abaddon, and things get a little bit trickier. I like the Abaddon.
Very good hero.
Yeah, against Shackleshot, against all the other stuff, I think Abaddon's in a pretty good spot.
Against Corrosive Haze, it's just the best.
Yeah, exactly.
Goodbye, amplified damage. Goodbye, Shackleshot, as you said, is also nothing to scoff at. So
yeah, and then that's like half of the combination of those 2 heroes, right? You take off the amp damage or Corrosive Haze or whatever, you're just like, well, I guess my damage is gone. Great. So that should be helpful for Signify. They lost their opening series 0-2 against Boom ID, a very good team. Right now, Boom ID, one of the better teams in this tournament. Signify had a kind of a rough game. They had really good drafts, actually. I remember me and Jenkins talking about thinking, okay, this is a pretty good draft. They just got outplayed in both of the games, so we'll see if they can't turn things around here as the Razor comes out for Mega Aorus. So more, they have even more minus armor. They have even more physical damage, which is, I like that. I like that they're kind of stockpiling into that sort of minus armor strat. I don't know if they want to all in on it though.
Yeah. I'm favoring kind of how Signify has gone for this Warlock with the last pick, so they can save that safe laner as their final option.
Yes.
They can just pick their position 4 here. I mean, Tusk is still in. They just want someone who's a little bit solid. He's not that great against single target focus, though. But I do see that they've been playing quite a bit of Tusk lately, so that just might be one that they're personally fans of. They've also played the support Doom, which generally is fairly easy to get on someone like Razor. But we have to, I guess, consider the fact that the Abba is here. So it could be a hero that pairs well with the Abaddon in the dual off lane.
I think Tuski's good with Abaddon. You could easily do that. I don't know. What else is there? I mean, maybe somebody else with a slower disable and the Abaddon just chunks you down. There's a lot of good paired heroes, I think, with the Abaddon. I'm not sure which one it's going to be, though.
Yeah, I think, could you maybe don't want to go for the Skywrath because he's not that impactful versus a couple of these heroes. Like, you maybe want to stun versus Slardar and Razor, not necessarily slows.
That's what I was thinking as well. Just one disable. It doesn't be like Avenge might not be a bad idea,
Yeah, I was actually going to say Venge, too, would be kind of interesting, but hard to make work.
Yeah. Do you think she's in a good spot, by the way? I'm not sure. I haven't seen how much she's been played at ESL.
No, I don't think she's been picked very much at all there, but I think she is in a pretty strong spot right now. She's just someone, if one team picked her, I think more teams would just kind of opt into it. She's just a solid option. She's flexible. Core and support are both definitely viable right now, so I think we'll be seeing her.
Yeah, there's a good chance that sometime in this tournament she'll be picked up. She might have already been, for that matter.
The thing is, Sand King.
Yes.
Sand King's the hero.
That's the hero for sure, because you already have your hard 5 as the Warlock. You don't want something like Avenge. They'll go for the Weaver for now, so they picked the core earlier, which is kind of surprising. They could have saved it for the 5th pick. I think this is fine. Weaver against Razor, obviously, historically and theoretically, a very good matchup in terms of you've static linked me, I've used my W button, and now you have no damage. Or he could dip and dive in and out. He is against the corrosive phase of the Slardar and Windridge with Shackleshot. It's not like he is, invulnerable, but it is pretty good against the Razor, so there's that.
This is a weird Weaver pick.
Why? Because the disables?
Because of the ordering and the disables and the debuff of the corrosive phase. Yeah. I'm wondering if this is going to be support.
It very well could be, but then it's kind of like that's the exact opposite of what you were talking about with having a disable with the Abaddon. First of all, they don't have much lockdown if this is a support Weaver, correct?
Correct.
So
but it just seems so strange.
Yeah, I again, it's really good against. I mean, it's pretty good against the Razor, but then, like I said, and like you said, the disable and the corrosive haze make it kind of a miserable game for Weaver if he's not careful. So yeah, it's a little tricky. And also now with Ravage too. Can you imagine? Like he might just get destroyed by a Ravage, and then they combo with the Slithering Crush and a Shackle Shot. It's actually, yeah, I'm not sure. And I really hope this isn't a support Weaver. You know, I would prefer if it's a core, even if it's bad core in this game.
Yeah, I'm intrigued.
All right, intrigued indeed. We'll see how it finishes off. Maybe they've got some surprise for us.
I mean, maybe these guys play support Queen. Maybe they play support ABBA or something. Some like one of these little mix-up plays, but certainly intriguing.
I'm gonna just go with Occam's Razor.
Yeah.
Not that it's a good idea, you know. But it seems as if the simplest answer is the correct answer in this game. I might just be completely wrong. They only have like 30 seconds.
I think you're right. I think it is going to be some position 4 hero here. It's just I'm not feeling that confident about it. So at least the Sand King's left in. Doom, I think also, we kind of mentioned it would have been fine as well. Just Razor dooming. Could have got the War Stomp as well, so they'd have another stun.
I definitely want... They need some disable right now. I don't care what
Unless
it is.
they have a god tier Rubik player. That would also be acceptable.
Yeah, even that is fine. Having any more disables right now is what you need. That's not a disable. That's a support freaking Weaver. Okay, well, so much for my Occam's Razor theory. Jesus Christ.
Or is it support Queen? One of the two.
I forget. God damn it. I had... Hold on. I can tell you right now, actually, who's playing it. So Blizzard's the 1 player, Swifty's the 2, Negi's the 3. So Negi's on the Quap, so he's playing off lane, I guess. They could probably just put him in the mid lane if they want. Blizzard's the 1, so he is Carry Weaver. Swifty Tinker is playing the 2, so it's a support ABBA.
Okay.
We got there eventually. I don't know how to feel about this. They have no disables. They have Curse of Avernus and Golem and Shadow Strike.
It feels like one of those games where they're just like, all right, what can win us this game? The Tinker. And they tried this against Taskus Titans, too, where they had the Death Prophet picked early on, and then they tend to pick Tinker. So it's like...
Didn't work, though, did it?
No, they lost.
I mean, this is a Shadow Fiend, Razor, Slardar, Wind Ranger. They're just going to, like, drop Golem, and then everybody's going to run. Wind Ranger will press E. You know... The Shadow Fiend will Shadow Blade or Blink or something. The Razor has a million move speed already. I don't know. Maybe I'm putting too much stock into the fact that they don't have any disables. They literally have like 1. Yes, exactly, Dab.
Well said.
DD, excuse me. That was a pretty good laugh. I heard that one.
I love the Dota Plus chat wheels. They're so good. They are 100% worth Dota Plus.
The best Dota Plus chat wheel is the line, rather, the actual like voice is the tiny laugh. And also because when it reads it out in the game, like when it like converts it to text, there's a U just thrown in there. It's like and it's amazing. And every time it happens, Brax and I laugh so freaking hard.
I prefer the Tree and Protector one where he just says, I'm really freaking out. I don't... Why? It's such a random line.
I don't know. I love that they're just randomly thrown in there. It's the best thing ever. I like when hold that thought. Mr. Crown might just die. He only has Shadow Words, so he's mega tanky. Or healing, rather. I guess tanky's not the right word for it. He's got the regeneration. Oh, that's a hiccup. Uh-oh. I don't have peanut butter down here. That's a problem. 1414 almost died. Careful. And then he wind runs away because they don't have any disables, and it's fine. Sad Boys does static link some damage, but it's going to be Mega getting 2, Signify getting 2, so 2 aside. And
Razor's really low on regen.
He doesn't have a salve. He's only got 3 tangos. Kind of surprising. You know, this support album might work out pretty well. You know, I shrugged it off. Maybe it's going to be great. I have no idea. But this actually might not be a bad laning setup for them because you have Shadow Word to keep your Weaver tanky and also do some damage to 1414. We shall see.
Maybe that's what they were thinking, is that they could match the ABBA up against the Warlock, and that way they couldn't use the heal aggressively.
Yeah.
Because right now in this lane, the shield won't be doing too much.
1414, I believe, is dead. He just used Wind Run aggressively. That was probably not the play. He Wind ran into the trees when he knew Mr. Krall had the Shadow Word on him. Okay. So first blood goes to the Blizzard. That's a pretty great start.
Yeah, and we talked about the Weaver in terms of like why it felt like a weird pick, but at the early part of this game, Weaver is going to look good. Because one of the best things about Weaver is that you are really good against pressuring dual lanes like this.
Yeah.
Like you have a heavy amount of damage just through the Shikuchi spam and your right clicks. It's hard for them to lock you down. They have to invest in detection if they really want to kill you.
Yep. Not only that, you have the Shadow Word to fall back on, so you're not really worried about regen as much. You just need these sets of tankers, which he has, and then Shadow
It's kind of
Word.
like the living armor Weaver that
Weaver,
we see
yeah,
all the time.
exactly. It's kind of a new spin on an old classic. No chance getting run down. The Shadow Strike will slow up Sad Boy. He's going back for the old memes. We're back in 2000, like what, 14, 15?
Yeah.
But the Sad Boy will get back to tower.
And McCrowell there on the Warlock is basically canceling out the tangos on the Tidehunter by spamming that heal on him, the Shadow Word. So I think that, again, yeah, I don't know.
So let me ask you a question. What do you pick up as support Warlock in terms of maxing your first ability? Like, what do you usually go for your abilities build?
For the Warlock?
Yeah, like max
Shadow Word.
Yeah.
Yeah, always.
I was going to assume.
Oh, I just realized earlier I said about dispelling Shadow Word. Well, wrong team. But no, that is a good idea. Maybe you could just run support Abba against Warlocks for like dispelling Shadow Word.
That would be, yeah, that'd be pretty nice.
Yeah.
Something anyway to dispel the
obviously
Shadow
not
Word.
an option this game.
Nah. Also, though, the heal comes out then, and you're just like, well, I can't do anything about that. You know, it's one half the Shadow Word that you're dealing with, unfortunately, not the other. Blink away from Sad Boy only steals 17 damage, but it is some damage. It allows him to get some extra last hits. So, you know, they had the really bad first blood for Mega Aorus, which was, for Mega Aorus, which was pretty rough on 14-14. They're doing all right, though. They have good last hits. It's about even, net worth-wise and CS-wise. And it'll probably get easier for Mega Aorus as the game progresses, too. But for now, the tough part is going to be this top lane. He actually does have 8 last hits, so it's not like he's not getting any farm. But he will have to deal with a Blightstone Weaver and Mr. Crowl with the Shadow Word. In fact, he actually kind of has to be careful. I'm surprised they weren't making a move, but they have no disable, so.
They need to be careful about just not giving away too much during the mid game if you're on the side of Signify, I feel like. If they can just hold out, if they don't allow them to get too many easy towers or something like that, and Tinker comes online, it'd be a pretty good looking game. They don't have any classic Tinker enablers, which is a little bit of downside, right? They would need maybe a helm or something for him to TP on. They don't have the track, which of course has been so prominent lately. They basically just have another very mobile, high damage core in the Queen of Pain that theoretically the two of them could just kind of sync up and blow people up, but they don't have a really easy way to do it.
Oh. Static Link bottom, no chance. Nah, it's not going to do anything. 70 damage.
That's nice, though. Just getting that off an Abba like that so easily.
Yeah, he's pretty slow. He does have boots. Speaking of slow, Dat B is one of the slowest men alive without sprint. Even with sprint, he only has 340 move speed, but when he gets the water, that's really speeds up.
Swifty has scanned the Invis SF.
Guys, I have an idea. There might be somebody over here. I'm not sure, but there he is. He's revealed himself. Shadow Fiend against Tinker. Meanwhile, they almost get the kill onto the Tidehunter top, but the bug gets killed. Blizzard gets a great stick charge off. Now, actually, 14-14's dead. That's got to be pretty triggering. You're like one auto attack away from killing Weaver, and then he just pops his giant stick charge, and you have the Shadow Word come out. Ooh. It's rough.
I think he's gone for 2 points in the Shadow Strike, eh? I mean,
Really?
classic kind of like lane dominator build, but no Scream available right now.
Yeah, they're going to be lacking damage. No wave clear, not that he really needs it yet.
Yeah, it's nice for like last hitting sometimes though, but he also doesn't have a lot of regen going because you don't really have these same options. Like offlane Queen of Pain is decidedly worse with the changes to bounty runes being 5 minutes.
That was maybe a misclick. Yeah.
That just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, just overestimating his own abilities to live.
Thinking the Aphotic Shield was going to be enough. It certainly wasn't. He dies. Pretty rough. 14-14 trying to get a lot of work done on this Wind Ranger. Unfortunately, and it's not really happened. You know, he's pretty far behind. He's died a lot. He's got no boots. Not an easy game for this Wind Ranger. 384 net worth to the 1,000 of the Warlock. Still really early, though. The good news is that the Razor and Shadow Fiend are both getting a lot of farm, so... And the Tidehunter is also ahead of the Quap, too. This is not a bad start. I mean, they've lost a couple of heroes. They've lost a Wind Ranger, rather, specifically twice, but...
I think Abba's probably dead.
35. It's going to be more than that, actually.
Oh, the raindrop. Maybe he'll live.
Good Aphotic. And Sad Boy is just too slow. I mean, he gets Shadow Strike, and that slow is actually what... And maybe that's the, you know... That's the thing, the trade-off. You just slow him down enough, and he actually just can't find that
kill. He still kills.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they still got him, but...
Yeah.
Anyway. Aloha getting low. They don't want to dive him. He has a salve. Shadow Word not going to be enough. 78 HP at the end of it. And I guess it's just, if you're Signify, let's see how late we can take this with a tanker. This Weaver. Blizzard's doing a lot of damage to Aloha.
I wonder if Blizzard's going to build this game. I mean, I see he has the treads queued up and could go for that, but obviously a lot of Weavers like to just skip boots altogether if they don't feel like they really need it that game.
He has double band, so I would assume he's trying to find a Dragonlance at some point. Is this a dive?
He has so much agi just stacked up right now.
That's pretty easy kill. That Shadow Word just gets him to like full HP, and he just dives under the tower. Chikuchi doesn't even need any physical damage because of the.
And that's only level 2. Like, he's still holding the point because I think McCraw's just like, huh, that did so much damage or like so much healing. Do I even need another point in that thing right now? Should I be saving it for bonds or something?
He's feeling pretty good. He just scaled it up to another point in Shadow Word, which is the
it's
right
so
idea.
absurd.
Yeah, it's gonna be even more than it was previously. He's gonna use it aggressively too, and Aloha's like great. Although he's actually pretty tanky, so he's fine. But now bottom, they're gonna find Sad Boy. This would be a big kill, but now the Static Link comes out, and he's stolen 45 damage, and they cannot go on him. And now the Slaughter is coming back in. That's the end of that.
Man, we have got some poor supports.
Yeah, this Wind Ranger is it's pretty rough.
Yeah, she's got her boots now, so it's a little bit better.
Things looking easier for her.
Even Warlock though, like he's been up here theoretically, like could be pulling this whole time while he's also running up and harassing, but just only finding 6 lasted so far. Not finding very much economy for himself.
Yeah. I guess the trade-off is he's making a lot of room for his Weaver, and his Weaver is pretty far ahead of everybody else. He'll get his farm eventually. Even the Abaddon getting not that much farm. Slaughter is the most farm support in the game. He has Tranquils already, and that's a good start. He gets to that Blink Dagger. This game gets a whole lot easier for Mega Aorus, because then you have that lead-off initiation that they're kind of missing out on right now.
Yeah, so they'll send the Razor through the jungle using his ultimate. He can farm up a little bit that way, and Slaughter can take the lane bottom. One problem with this being Queen of Pain, though, is that he can't just be in there last hitting at the moment, which really hurts him. He doesn't just want experience here. He wants gold towards Blink.
Yes, exactly. And until the wave pushes in, that's not going to happen, especially if the Abaddon's bottom. If the Abaddon's not bottom, he probably can't do it anyway, you know, because the Quap can just Shadow Strike him and he dies one way or the other. They will TP the Razor back in, so much for him getting farm on Slaughter. They're going to try for a kill. Slithering Crush comes out. It's a lot of Static Link damage. Treads, but still really slow with the Shadow Strike. And they're close. They need another Slithering Crush. It's up in 1. Sonic Wave comes out. Sad Boy might be dead, but not before he gets the kill. Shadow Strike still ticking down. They could have maybe gone for a deny, but it was rough. Yeah, it would have been close. That would have been pretty hard. That Weaver rotated down for nothing. I guess they could turn this into a push. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So 1-for-1 trade, but the Razor dying is pretty brutal. And they're going to take the bottom tower, at least attempt to. Nice pull from Dat B to get it behind the tower. Okay, just kidding. Didn't really work out that way. Now it will. And the Glyph. Tinker's going to find a DD rune.
I wonder if he finishes treads because just like he knows he's gonna be under vision a lot from the Slaughter, and he also knows that he doesn't want to get Ravage combo to death. Yeah, and that's the same reason he's going for the Dragonlance.
It feels really good to not go boots on Weaver, but like in this situation, I think you just better be safe than sorry. Plus, you also get decent damage from Agi Tread, so yeah, he's trying to get this last hit. Static Link will stop him from doing so. Siege creep. Nice. Nice.
Sick.
It's like, is he really going to come back for this? Oh my god, he's actually going to get it. That's triggering. All they needed to do was hit the tower once. Oh my god.
Yeah, you gotta get those denies these days, man.
They killed the siege creep. They did the hardest part of that, and then they just decided not to hit one button on the tower. And it's just like, ugh. Come on. Yeah, I mean, you forget about it sometimes, you know. Anyway, it is going to be a Dragon Lance for the Weaver as expected with the double band of Elven skin. He has his Ogre Club just about done, which is going to give him a lot of early game teamfight potential and just early game in general, good stats. Sad Boy might get chased down here. Static Link about to go. Good Shikuchi to avoid it. But the goal might get dropped down. They're going to decide not to. They need the Slaughter. He actually gets the Shrine. There's going to be the Golem drop, but the Shrine's still going, but Blizzard really wants this kill. He time-lapses. The bug is the one that gets the job done. 14-14 TP's in only to win run away, and he can't do anything. And Blizzard's still chasing him, and now with no wind run. Watch how fast Aorus 14-14 dies.
Yeah, they're diving top, too, because they know that they're not going to rotate the tide.
Good Shackle shot. They might find this Weaver. It's close to Shikuchi. He survives the 65 HP, but top. There's the dive coming out the Sonic Wave. It's on to 2. Negi is going to survive the Aphotic Shield, the borrowed time, and it looks like Kumian might not find this kill. And they found 14-14 at the end of it all in the mid lane with the Golem or the Fatal Bombs or something. Negi's got a TP out, and that's pretty bad that they couldn't find those kills for Mega Aorus.
Even using the Ravage as he died. Painful.
Yeah. And all the meanwhile, while that was happening, the Tinker is now very close to his bots.
He's done his bots, basically.
Yep. And once he gets his Blink Dagger, good luck trying to find him this game.
Got the Ancient stack there, too. Very nice.
I like Dat-B going for the farm mid, though. He really needs this. They need this Blink Dagger. It's another one of those situations where if they have Blink, the game gets a lot easier. They still have decent farm on their Razor and their Shadow Fiends, so the game is, it's still a 1k lead for Signify, but these next items are going to be crucial.
I like what Warlock's doing. This ward's been just so good for them. It's about to expire. He just wanders right back in and plants another one.
Yeah. It literally just found them those 2 kills top.
Yeah. And it's just spotted the courier going up here, so they know there's at least another hero here.
They're going to wrap. Blizzard rotates in. It's probably time to back if you're Mega Aorus. Dat-B might just die to the mana. He doesn't have the mana break talent. Jumped into Scream of Pain. That's this kill secured. Shackle shot onto Queen of Pain, but they need to back. They can't turn and fight. Kumi's too low already. They have no Golem, but they do they have Upheaval? It was already used, actually. Kumi's just going to get dove by Blizzard, though. The Shadow Word will take him down. Heat-seeking missiles. There's a good static link, but might not be enough. They actually use the time-lapse, the Shadow Strike, and no deny in time for Sad Boy. 3 dead. Tidehunter is farming bottom. There's nothing he can do there anyway because he doesn't have Ravage. So getting a little aggressive for Mega Aorus, trying to take that tower, fighting into Signify's team, and this will put them into 2k lead for Signify.
Port Abba is not very useful in lane in aggressive fashion. Like, they weren't really able to do anything, but they gave him so many levels that having level 4 in the Aphotic Shield, now it's just like fine. Support Abba works as long as you get these early levels.
Yeah, that's true.
And then now they're just diving with shield on Weaver and shield on Queen of Pain, and it makes him so effective. Like, he's basically adding a 200 damage nuke every time.
They drop Golem. That's the one disable they have, along with the Curse of Avernus Slow, and it's going to find the Wind Ranger. They will have a good static link from Sad Boy, but this is just going to stop them from diving, I think. There's the Ravage. It might turn this around. They haven't killed anybody yet. They don't have enough damage right now. Signify, Aphotic Shield stays alive. They'll finally kill the Quap as well as that Warlock, and Sad Boy's still going to work on Blizzard, but Swifty comes in with a laser and heat-seeking missiles and the March Machine.
You know, I was saying they had no partners. I was going to say, I mean, they have the Golem, but I was like, but that's so situational. But there you go.
He just bots in.
TP's in on the goal.
Yeah, it's a weird combo.
Like,
it works.
It works. You know, once every 170 seconds, it will work.
There's just so many better
the
heroes.
The goal was almost dead, too.
There's so many better heroes to be a partner for the Tinker, and yet, like you said, once every 170 seconds. And now he's actually getting close to his Blink Dagger. I really overplayed the fact that Signify had no lockdown. It doesn't seem to matter. I'm not sure why. But, you know...
I mean, they have a lot of chase, right? In the Weaver and the Queen.
Yeah.
That is one thing.
Yeah, that's true. If they didn't have a mobile hero like Weaver and Queen, like you mentioned, I don't know if they could do nearly as much as they're doing currently. There's the mech done for the Tidehunter. 2K lead coming in for Signify. Is Mech the item? Is there anything better? Probably not. Maybe Crimson Guard.
I would have built the pipe first, I would think.
Yeah, I guess against Tinker.
And Queen.
Yeah.
And Warlock.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
I don't know. I don't see what the mech is really giving you in comparison.
It's not like they're losing these fights by, you know, really small margins either. I guess the last fight they did, but that was because they had Ravage. I'm with you. I think I probably would have gone Pipe first. I even think Crimson Guard's pretty good here against the Weaver, but probably not good enough to justify getting first. Anyway, this is a 2K lead. This game's only going to get more and more worse for Mega Aorus with the Swifty Tinker getting as farmed as he is. He has his Blink down, done, and this Weaver continues to get big. He's going to have his Lincoln Sphere soon. He's level 12. And they need to make a play, and they're going to try with the Blink Dagger from the Slaughter. I think this is the Blink reveal. The Abaddon is not the hero you want. And they're going to draw a line going a different direction. Swifty, no, they know that he's up there, but there's just no way. Oh, Plasma Field. They can't find him. They have the Blink, the Crush. The TP's coming, though. The Aphotic Shield, nice TP from no chance. They could have easily not completed that and thought, okay, they're going to dive, and this isn't going to work, but they did anyway. Sonic Wave, the Wind Ranger continues to be not very useful. Negi's going to die, though, and Kumin throws out a sick ultimate along with a couple of raises, but now he's getting chased down by the Abaddon. Golem is dropped down. This is where this fight turns sour, although they'll turn on the Ravage. The Abaddon borrowed times it off immediately, and now they're going to find Kumin with one more auto attack and the Shadow Word coming in. No chance he'll still fall. Now Blizzard's in. Sad Boy has 168 damage, and they can turn right around and hit him 3 times and kill him, and they're going to do just that.
Oh, and he's got the Bugs combo with Tinker.
Yeah, the Bugs are owning, and that's going to be a double kill for Swifty. And now Aloha will try to get the 5th kill, and he does. It's actually 4 for 4 trade. That was an insane fight. I cannot believe it turned that way. And, of course, the gold advantage will go the way of Mega Aorus because they're, you know, behind. The Tide got like 1,000 of that gold, so he's right on par with his Hooded Defiance now, at least.
Yeah, he got 2,000 experience as well. Just pretty crazy this early on, but nice turnaround play there from the SF with the Shadow Blade reveal. I think it was the reveal at least.
Yeah, I think
the
so.
The enemy team going for that big ulti there. So they'll get the deny too. Big deal. And once again, another Tinker combo here in this draft with the Bugs. Not quite the gold amazingness of track, but it's much more instantaneous. Like, he just threw out the Bugs, and suddenly those rockets are coming onto 3 heroes. And they didn't have enough time to get rid of them.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. It's pretty annoying to deal with. You have this couple combinations. The Tinker, you know, finding these kills that he probably shouldn't get, but he's getting the help from his team. I gotta ask though, and I don't want to put too much pressure or hate on 14-14, but it just feels like the Wind Ranger's not doing anything. I know that when this draft works, it really does work with, like, you know, the Corrosive Haze and all that stuff, but it just seems as if he's dying in a lot of these fights, or he's not getting anything done with the Wind Ranger. I'm not sure. It's like they're tripping over their own feet again, like you said.
I'm not sure. It's hard to. Certainly, I think Core Wind Ranger appears to be much stronger right now. There are some nice parts about the hero, like the power shot vision certainly can't be underestimated, and shackle shot is great if you can hit more than one hero. But before level 10, like before the 1.75 mana regen talent, she has a hard time spamming. If you're not a core, you have a hard time spamming with a bottle or something. And bottle again just got nerfed, so I think that was one way that you could actually enable the support Wind Ranger very well. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good way of summing it up. She's not level 10, obviously, only level 8. Do they have Ravage?
It's like her initiation costs 150. Like, she has to basically wind run right now because she has no mobility item to get into a decent shackle shot position.
Yeah.
And she just left the fountain and got to this tier 2, and she's already this low mana.
That's not great. Yeah, she needs the Blink initiation from the Slaughter, and then she can follow up somehow. Good vision here from the Dire to spot out Mega's moves. And Signify will back up. They'll actually sit together. They're going to bots in at a moment, probably with Golem. Aloha is maybe dead. He does have mech and a hood. He's pretty tanky. The rest of his team is coming. This could be not that great for Signify if they're not careful. The Ravage comes out. Actually might keep... yeah, it doesn't keep the Weaver alive. He doesn't get off his ultimate. That's pretty bad, but the Sonic Wave does come out. This is a good fight now as Sad Boy is dead. SF is in. He wants Negi, and the power shot snipes him, actually. It's going to get a lot of gold for 14-14. They're going to get off the borrowed time. It is going to be the Razor Dead. He almost survived, but now the heat-seeking missiles are coming out, and boy, do they need to run. I think 14-14 is probably dead. No, he's not, actually. He makes it away in time. That's probably the best fight they could have gotten. That was Golem initiation. They did use the Ravage of their own. They got 2 kills for a trade of the Razor. Not bad at all.
Is that the pipe on the courier?
I think so,
Yes.
yeah.
All right, excellent.
That is a big deal. And when Ranger, she actually opts for the phase boots, eh?
Well, you talked about movement speed and mobility, and that's one way to do it.
Yeah, she needs mana too.
Yeah.
But maybe she's still... Yeah, I'm not sure.
Got the Sentry ward is here, not there. There's like 2
I feel like I
wards
just
down
prefer-
here.
Reds even, I don't know.
Yeah, treads might have been a good idea.
Because at least you still get some mana and then a little bit of tank ability here. I don't know if I would fully commit to arcanes, but anyway. Phase boots are fine. Boots don't really matter. It's all good.
Well, it's gonna be a while before she gets her next item, so this might be all she gets for a while. They're gonna try
There's
to push
the mana
again.
regen talent though, and now look at that. Instantly 5.4 mana regen. Big deal.
It's still, you know, you're still gonna have some issues, but it helps at least a little bit.
Well, she can wave clear now. Like, now she doesn't have to go home. And this completely changes the hero now she's level 10. Because she can actually get into items. And she's relatively survivable with the wind run. She can just, like, wind run TP and get
Yeah.
away because we talked about how they have no stuns.
It's
So,
true. The power shot actually is huge. You're
if
absolutely
he's
right about
not
that.
too demoralized, he can get back in this game.
He's about to get more demoralized. Maybe not. It's gonna be close. He has no wind run anymore. He's already used phase. They dusted him, but he actually is fine. Now he's the one that is feeling good. He survived a gank. He has made a lot of space for the rest of his team, including this Razor top lane. Excellent work.
That talent is so crazy. Like, she has a wand, and right now she regens mana by the end of wind run. So you can use wind run, and you're going to end up at the end of it with more mana than when you actually first used it.
Yep.
So essentially, you have infinite wind runs.
Yeah, she's gonna feel pretty good about that.
It is very nice.
Oh, Shadowblade used. I don't know if they saw him. They must have noticed something happening. That's his BKB delivered, by the way. All of a sudden, Signify have a 1k lead. They still have to deal with the Tinker. He's the biggest issue. He's going to have Dagon here in a moment. We've got bots, Aether Lens, Soul Ring, all that good stuff. The Dagon will come out, and it'll just zap some heroes down. Wind Ranger has 1,000 HP, so if she takes a full combo, she's just dead. Pretty much. They do have a Yules now on Sad Boy, so he's got some extra movement speed, which he kind of was lacking. There's a lot of slows that they have. They're kind of controlling him pretty well. He does need a BKB, but he might just get it later. I know he's got a hood, so he doesn't want to have to go for it. He's going to try to get a Shiva's next, but I do think at some point he's going to need a BKB in this game. I don't know when you get it, though. Well, someday we'll find another fight, but there's that Dagon. Oh, it's a huge stack. My God.
Yeah, it's rush time, though. They've got some good eyes on these heroes.
There's a ward here. 14-14.
They see the Weaver
deward
top,
it.
too. They just
Deward
send
that.
in the wind. All right, they're going to nail that.
Deward that. Why didn't they deward that? What? What is he doing? What is he doing?
Panic.
That was panic. That was real panic. Luckily, he's only dead for 28 seconds, so I don't know if they're going to be able to get roast with that time. And now that Sentry is dead, so you just wasted 100 gold. Okay, that's... Negi has his Orchid. He's had it, I think, for a little bit now. He just got it in that fight, obviously. He just used it there. 7 damage static link steal added for Sad Boy. Fighting into this support Abaddon has really worked out. Because now, not only does he have the level 4 Orphotic Shield, he has borrowed time. So he could just run in and do his thing. You know, he does die very quickly otherwise, but so far he's done his job using his W, Q, and R button. And there's the Linked Sphere. Actually took a lot longer than I thought it was going to for Blizzard.
Yeah.
You know, I know he went Dragonlance first, but I was surprised because he was building into that Linked Sphere for a while now. All right. Blink the next item up for Aloha. I think he should get Blink before Greaves. Right? I don't know if there's any real reason to get Greaves right now. I guess against the if you get Orchided. You also just have Kraken Shell though.
Yeah, it depends on what they're doing. So I think it's why it's like if we're taking Roche, then I would rather just have the Greaves, honestly.
Okay.
Because you're not gonna need the Blink Dagger, assuming you're in the actual pit.
Right, that's true.
You could just kind of sit there, but
this ward is still up. They
it's also
smoked
so
into
close.
the pit, so I'm not sure they're familiar or they know that this is happening. Although no chance he's just gonna run in. Hey guys, what's going on in here? Uh-oh, I have Aphotic shielded, and you've been Sonic Waved. Now this fight is over, potentially. Actually, they get off a good Ravage. Kumin's going to work. It's 2 dead. And
that looked like a Blink Ravage, honestly.
Yeah,
that was
it
so
did.
good.
Did he just walk up from the high ground? Is that what happened?
He just like down the river.
Sad Boy might be dead to Blizzard. They need to find him, and they actually will keep him alive somehow. Okay, I thought that fight was over with that 6 Sonic Wave, but my god, that Ravage was insane.
And then comboed up. SF was there, kind of holding them back with a threat of Requiem.
Yeah, that's true as well. Good BKB pop, too. And now they need to regen up, because Roche is still available, and look at their posturing. Signify are still around the pit. The thing is, the Shrine wasn't up. If the Shrine was up, I think you'd go for it, and then just get back into the pit if you're Mega, but that didn't happen. It was used. So I don't know how they're going to be able to... They can't even get into Roche with these Tinker March up, so... Need to be careful. And now the smoke comes out from Signify. Can they get in here and take this? They're going to try. And now,
Really
well,
hard
Dat
for
B knows. Good Glimmer, but you can't find the initiation. There is a Sentry. Golem is up, by the way. And there's no Ravage, so this is a really tough fight for Aloha. He does have Pipe, but he's away from his team. Uh-oh, he's in trouble. Static Link comes out into no chance. Roche is going to be dead. This will be Aegis. Oh, what a snatch from Dat B. Golem is dropped down, but Kumin pops the BKB. He's taking a lot of physical damage. He needs to be careful. Blizzard's going to try to run in and do some damage in the back line. Shackle Shot doesn't latch. Double raise won't be enough, and now Negi from the low ground doing some damage here. No chance. Bar time is going to be used right now. Negi has to blink away. 14-14 getting lower. The bug will bring him down. Blizzard avoids the crush. He's got no time lapse. The Miscoil keeps him alive. The plasma field will bring down that Abaddon. That could have been disastrous.
Sacrifices himself for the Weaver.
That
what a god.
Yeah. And that is the Aegis Snatch. Did he get the kill? No.
No.
Which would have been huge. He just got the Aegis, which is pretty big, though.
Yeah, I think all in all, though, the fact that like the Radiant don't have the Aegis is just such a win for the Dire because they don't have just like Aegis SF to start walking up and even threatening tier 3s.
Yes. That's completely true. Because if he has that plus his next item, like an SMY, you just start hitting buildings, especially like the tier 2s. They're still a tier 1 bottom, so they could have taken like all of these towers with that Aegis.
Yep.
Instead, they're going to have to play a little more carefully. I do think they're going to want to use this next Ravage, which just came off cooldown, though. This might be your best time to do it. Although Blink is not going to be there anytime soon, so maybe that's what they're waiting on. But Wind Ranger level 12. She's actually got more net worth than the Warlock for the first time in this game. So
they've relegated her to buying all the support items, though. They don't actually want her to get, or they're not going to delegate her any space for items.
Which is weird because the Slaughter already has Blink Dagger, and you're like, well, how much more does he need? You know.
Apparently, they're going to give him the items. They got him the Glimmer Cape next, so
the Yules
Wind Ranger is just buying sentries.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have liked it for her to have a 4-step or something, you know.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen.
Just because, like, it's so hard to have reliable shackles.
Yeah, and also she's just getting chased down, even with Wind Run in a lot of these fights, to be able to force away, or force anybody away for that matter. Now, she might get to it at some point in this game. It is 29 minutes in. It doesn't show any signs of stopping. You know, this game is probably going to go on for another at least 10 minutes, I would say, especially with a Tinker on one team. Shadow Fiend
I would say so.
Yeah. Good crush. Lincoln Sphere. Shackle Shot.
Nice.
It's a good latch. Might be enough. And it is. Excellent play there.
Yep.
No corrosive haze needed. Other than the break Lincoln Sphere. And here's the Tinker spam. This is the big problem when you're playing against a Tinker. Okay, we got a big
he
kill.
has eggs.
Oh, crush. They found Negi, but he's able to blink out. So yeah, he just... You kill the Weaver, and you want to take a building. They might be able to do it anyway, but still kind of annoying to fight into. The Tinker March and the lasers. And you're right, he does have Ags now, so...
I think they should try and threaten tier 3, but this Aghanim is going to shut it down, more than likely.
Yeah, they're going to get lasered once, and they're going to be like, ooh.
Oh, the Fatal Bonds, get out.
Okay, time to run. My God. It's not even that bad, but they do have to back. They actually did a lot of damage to this tier 3. This double siege creep. That was the perfect time to go.
Wow, that was a lot of damage.
They just back up. They're like, our mission has been accomplished. They also just picked up the Shiva's Guard and the Razor. He's working on his BKB. As expected, he desperately needs that item, especially against the Tinker.
Yeah, the Shivas is really important too if you're trying to catch out Swifty on these side lanes. Just like they kind of caught out the Weaver. Tinker's just an easier target. They just got to try and predict where he's going to be with the Slayer, the Wind Ranger +1.
Yeah, and they could get some Tinker Wars. They have one here. Kumin's getting chased down by no chance. They just want it back. I think that's the right call. Kumin took a lot of damage from that. Man, that Spear Vessel did a ton of damage to him, actually. Alright, well. Tried finding the Tinker. Good ward. Not able to find the kill. Swifty continues to farm up like a madman. And he's the top net with hero by about 2k. Is there any other big item coming out? I don't think so.
Mostly like Blizzard's BKB.
Yeah. Everything else has been around for a while. I think there's a Yule's coming out for the Quap. Or no.
She stopped off for the BKB.
Yeah. So it's just like a casual staff of wizardry in her inventory, which is not the greatest thing, but shouldn't be the end of the world.
Clearly she just made a choice and said, all right, I fucked up.
Yeah.
I need a BKB.
Not that bad. She'll be able to get there eventually. Oh, he went 4 staff instead of Blink Dagger. Might be better, actually, for the Tidehunter. I guess they already have Blink Slaughter.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
This is dangerous. Yeah, they're just going to leave. Did they find the Windrunner? She had an Invis rune. I think she's fine. Trying to get Glimmer.
Making our way across the map here.
You know, Weaver died, but then he got a lot of room getting to this BKB. He's really close now, actually. He's like a couple hundred gold, then he's good. They will take the tier 1 tower bottom finally. I don't think there's any way you fight this for Signify. Man, this is not the 7 golem game we saw from the Warlock the other day. This is pretty much the opposite. This is the 2.
Yeah, I'm not foreseeing the Aghanim's refresher here.
Not unless he has some insane ult in Fatal Bonds where he gets like all the kills somehow. Yeah, there's no way that happens. Tier 1, tier 2 looks like for Mega, even with the Tinker spam, might not be enough. Invis smoked up a Batten. Maybe they will back up. TPs are coming en masse. They don't want to stay too long. I think it's a smart play, especially considering they don't have their Razor. Aloha forces himself away. He does get Orchided, but they have no chase, as they already just blinked in. And it's time to back. Nice. Good stuff.
I'm pretty surprised they were able to drive them back from that, honestly. Didn't think that they would be able to.
I think they saw the Razor, and then they were like, we have a numbers advantage, let's go. They all TP in, and then I think that's a smart call from Mega. They almost did get the tower, though. Good glyph to come out. Keeps it standing. So, yeah,
that circle. We need control over Roche. That's such a classic play in a game of Dota circle, man. You know, someone just does that exact circle. We need wards here. I need vision here. Roche soon.
I'm surprised he didn't use the chat wheel for we need wards. Can we even see that?
Nothing tilts me more in a game of Dota than seeing that. Ugh.
We need wards.
God, it irritates me. Yep.
Yeah.
Even when they're right, it still tilts me. Yeah, I can't help it. It's just so ingrained as like people using it incorrectly and just like dying somewhere and being like, we need wards. Like they die minute 6 mid.
You're just like, that's not how this works.
I'm just like, dude, you didn't need a ward to not be under his tower at fucking 20% HP. All right?
They TP'd into their tier 1 at the mid lane. We need wards. Clearly, we need vision here. No, that's not how that works. I feel what you're going through. I don't play support that much, but I understand you. You're not upset, don't worry. All right, so some really critical BKBs coming out. The Weaver obviously just bought his like a minute or two ago. Razor just bought his. He's actually ferrying it out almost as we speak. Now as we speak. There's a big time.
All right, do you think he's going to finish this Glimmer on Wind Ranger, or do you think he's going to buy something else?
I hope. I don't know. I'm not sure. I kind of want him to buy something else, but I think he's going to finish it.
I think he's going to go Blink.
I hope so.
But the Glimmer's so good. Oh, it's just such a tough call. Because like the Glimmer drops the Weaver bug, and it'll help him dodge out missiles
Yeah, I
from
suppose that's
Tinker.
Ooh, they have a gem.
I think he needs Glimmer.
When did they get this gem on Slaughter?
He just bought it like
Okay.
2 seconds ago.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You know, did he buy it? He bought something.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
The
so
Glimmer
you're-
is like, it's actually so good against Weaver. It's so good against Tinker.
Yeah.
That as much as you want mobility,
It's my
bit
inner
too good.
aggressive player wanting that sick blink shackle shot, but you're right. It's probably the safer play. I could see it being really good. Roche respawning as well. The perfect time to have an item. No chance is gonna run into 14-14. He will back himself up immediately. Slaughter. They found an illusion. And they
I
got
don't know
him.
how ABBA has kept his levels so relevant. Well, actually, I do know. He's been involved in 13 kills, but I don't know. Surprised that he's still so far up there, like the Queen of Pain is. Where you
Yeah.
expect Queen of Pain to start kind of accelerating past him at some point. Maybe that's more so a problem from the Queen.
Well, I also
Can't get any waves because of Tinker.
Yeah, that's one of the things. I also think that Baden can actually farm jungle and farm waves, although because the Tinker makes
He's
it
not
harder.
itemized for it, though.
No, it's true. I mean, but just with a Photic Shield, it's not that bad. But yeah, it's mostly the thing you were talking about, the fact that he's involved in all these fights. This ward might be huge. They're going to see a couple big things. They're about to see that the Scotty is up on Kumin. He's up to level 23 now. He gets to level 25. This game gets a whole lot harder for Signify as the +3 damage per soul comes out. Roche is going to be spotted by Aloha. He's going to get started immediately, or at least think about getting started. You know that ward they were circling around? They have dropped one. It is here,
Yeah.
along with the sentry, so literally in the same exact spot. And if they have sentries, they should know this because they literally put it there like 10 minutes ago in the same area.
Well, oh, the bugs come through, and yeah, sorry, there it goes in.
Oh my god. That was aggressive. They could have golem. Well, they don't want to golem just for that, but that's a gem. I'd have been a little scared to do that.
Yeah.
But they get the ward down, and now they have to run into the pit to try to see anything. But luckily, they have an Abaddon who could just throw on a Photic Shield and has borrowed time to survive. Plasma Field. Gush.
They got more bugs coming in from the Weaver.
The heat-seeking missiles. Good static link, though. Golem's going to get dropped down. They didn't BKB. Now they do. Negi pops his own. Crush comes out, does nothing. Now Negi's going to get hit up by the Scotty, doing a lot of damage. Blizzard also needs to be careful. Sad Boy still 192 damage. They have to not fight this. Golem's dead. It's going to get denied. And they'll head back into the pit. They're going to bring down the bug. Spell Shield was broken, so they couldn't get the Corrosive Haze off. Now they can, and I don't think they could fight this, especially with Ravage
Yeah.
still up.
He only got the fatal. He got the fatal bonds on Roche, which is very clutch, but he didn't get on anyone that couldn't dispel. So everyone else just took off the fatal bonds, or else that fight can be a total disaster.
Yeah. Once they drop that Golem, they need to have, I don't know, more follow-up or something.
Yeah.
The issue I was talking about earlier with the lack of disables now is showing its way through because you have all these BKBs up and good mobility. No follow-up available. But they will take the tier 2 tower bottom, which isn't that bad. It's a pretty good trade-off considering. But here comes the high ground push. This is with Ravage. They might just have to give this up, to be honest. There's a glyph available, and they do have March, so maybe not. It will pop the pipe, though, and that'll make things easier. And there's that
I mean,
glyph.
Weaver's just trying to rat. That's the state.
And they're going to TP back to Slaughter. So they're fighting 4 versus 5 if they get the Weaver out. That laser actually did so much damage. There's no Aegis or cheese on Sad Boy. He pops the BKB. He's going to survive for now. Negi's going to blink after him, and he actually still survives. And Negi's going to try to turn and auto-attack him twice. That's the gem down. Back. There you go. There you go. They get it. And they keep their tier 3 alive down bottom. Plus, they got the tier 3 back at the enemy base. It's a pretty good engagement there for Mega. Man.
But, I mean, even just, like, holding Rex, pretty impressive there, I would say.
Yes.
However, they have lots of time for the Radiant side. No need to rush. So another 3.5 minutes before they need to waste this Aegis. And, ooh, Tinker. Oh, 50-50 chance on that power shot. They weren't quite right.
That'd have been huge. He might come back, but it's probably going to be too late, yeah. They just a little too late there. Maybe
Gonna start slicing trees.
Yeah, seriously. Get a Tinker War potentially might not be a bad idea, because if you kill the Tinker, you might just win if he doesn't have buyback. But of course he does. He's very farmed. Does buy his next Dagon level. He's up to Dagon 4. I liked how fast Mega moved there. They took Roche. The wave was pushed in immediately. And they had a tier 2 tower bottom, so they're thinking, let's just get this tier 3. You know, we have Ravage. And like you mentioned, because they had just gotten Aegis, they still have a lot of time now where they can like take this tier 2 and maybe even another tier 3 or Shrine or something with this
They're
Aegis
giving
still.
the gold to Tidehunter too. They just gave him that entire wave, and he's coming close to the refresher, and
Yeah.
they're going to give him this one too.
Yeah, he's very close now. He'll be there soon. Double Ravage is pretty game ending.
It's pretty good, I've heard.
Yeah. Unless you're playing against the Mott Axe and Trent Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, it's clearly too strong.
Then
But
it's
there it
inferior.
is. Double refresher, the game winner, the game ender.
Yeah. This thing can just slam the door on comeback potential. You lose this Tinker. The Tinker is out of position even a little bit. He gets double Ravage. Game might just end. They're going to wait for it on the Courier. Tide will walk up for now, but I don't know if he's going to use the Ravage just yet. They're going to just have him frontline tank where he's super strong. He's already used the pipe. They could drop Golem here. Kimun's getting kind of low. They thought about going, but he pops the Shadow Blade. Silver Edge, actually. Weaver's trying to continue to split push. He does have a double Siege Wave top lane, and they're actually going to TP back, and I think it's probably the right play. They almost got the Crush off, and they still can't, actually. Blizzard's going to man
Double
fight.
gem too.
There's the bash. Blizzard's BKB is pretty short still. Good Glimmer. Good time lapse, though. 14-14, they both get Glimmered, but 14-14 is the one that... Oh, if he loses that gem. Okay, it was all a bait. It's all a bait.
The ulti forcing him to attack, I guess?
Yeah, maybe. Is that what happened?
I assume so.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the Glimmer just expired, but I think you're right, actually. That sounds correct. So they get the Weaver kill. They lose their Wind Ranger. They are not really concerned about that at all. Had they lost the gem, then that would have been pretty brutal. Now it's time to get the Shrine. This Shrine in particular, the top Shrine is where you want to go next, I think, if you're Mega. You still have double Ravage. They didn't use even one Ravage in that fight. They now have a BKB on the Slaughter, which is really good. They have an Ags being built on the Razor to start pushing down towers and buildings faster. Well, he's going to have it. Not yet, of course, but he will soon. Are they going to just push top to try to force the buyback? That also would be good, too.
Yep. No Weaver. They want to fight.
Here comes the Abaddon.
He's trying to force that Ravage.
Popped a Blade Mail. And now you need to be very careful. That's how much damage.
Thank you for the 160 damage.
The backdoor kicked in. Now it's done. Ravage comes out. The Upheaval. That's one. He hasn't refreshed yet. They don't even need to. They're not going to buy back in the Weaver, and that's going to be probably a full set of racks. Kumin does still have the Aegis. The Sonic Wave will bring it down, but he's not really that concerned. Aloha's a little low. He does have his second Ravage, but he's going to get Orchided. Should still stay alive. It's not going to be enough damage for the Soul Burn. And they're going to get the
They're going to try Rapier. I think that's why Weaver's not buying back.
Yeah, maybe. But I feel like if he doesn't buy back, they might just lose anyway. I guess they're fine now. Yeah, they're keeping away. Yeah, that seems to be their only chance at this point. Although he is not anywhere near close a Rapier. He actually sold the something. I don't know, maybe. I think it was the Aquila, actually, that he just sold.
Yeah, and he already has the Mjolnir recipe, too. I thought he would ditch the Mjolnir. But that's only 450 gold lost if he wants to go right for the Rapier. Rapier on Weaver is just, it's not that amazing, though.
No.
Like, it's okay, but... I mean, if this was a Gyro in this exact situation, you would definitely sell and just go towards the Rapier.
Yep.
But at least the Mjolnir will make the Rapier relevant. He'll need the Mjolnir for the pushing of the waves.
Yeah.
So he's stuck on that for a bit.
Weaver's one of
And
these...
there's the blink on Tide, too. My God.
Yeah, he's farmed. Weaver's one of these heroes that feels really effective early game, and then he runs into these issues later game. I feel like he just doesn't have enough damage. He has no survivability, even with BKB. The enemy team is bigger than you. How do you fight them? Pretty difficultly. And they have no refresher. They just have the one Ravage. He's literally walking in.
Dude, this SF hits so hard. He's in for 600 right now.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, he had a DD. It's about to end. No chance to lose like half his HP full. Golem dropped down. Sad Boy has to pop the BKB. Yule Scepter comes out. Still alive. We were trying to chase. They can't even get that kill. Did they get anything? They didn't even use Ravage. Just heal up, go back in again. I know they did use the Eye of the Storm, so maybe not. The heart is kicking in for the Razor. They can try to run back in. But again, no Eye of the Storm. They're going to go anyway. Blink up. No chance. Doesn't have borrowed time. They could have gone there. They decided not to pull the trigger for Aloha. And they're gonna just back up. They're playing pretty smart. They're not over, initiating for Mega.
Very cautious. Going to get some bounty runes.
Yeah. It's a smart
How
play.
much is this going to be worth?
178.
178 per hero. Wow.
They're rich. The Wind Ranger, by the way, has picked up the Blink and an extra 2,000 gold since we last talked about the Glimmer Cape coming out. So she's got some money now. She was tied with the Warlock for the longest time. She is now 5,000 ahead of him. Brutal.
It was like 700 gold each then, right? Yeah, that's... Wow.
You were doing the math there, huh?
That's so cool, though. It's like you just back up, suddenly you get like a 3k lead, everyone. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's true. How much gold, I guess we can't sell the net worth graph. Doesn't really... It just shows it going straight up, so it doesn't give us any accurate information as to how much they actually got from that. I mean, you told me the number.
178, right?
Yeah. I mean, compared to the rest of their farm, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, 105 damage stolen. Blizzard pops the BKB. Aloha was looking for the Ravage. He still has a double Ravage. He could have pulled the trigger again. He's being very patient with it. They'll probably go now that they forced out a couple BKBs. Did they use Negi's BKB? They didn't, so that is still up at least. And there it goes, I think. He thought about it. Now he will. There's the refresher. Borrow time's down. Double Ravage. They'll find the Warlock. He has no buyback. That's probably the end of the game. Even Dagon comes out, but Aloha's so tanky that it's fine. Kumin is just destroying towers. 14-14, getting a little deep. The Glimmer saves his life, though. The Sonic Wave coming out. He's actually still alive somehow. So is Dat B. Blizzard almost finding him. Finally about to get the kill lead. He does get the double. But it's going to be, I think, Megas? Yes. So, a couple of nice kills, but too little too late. I suppose the game's not over yet, but feels pretty over.
I think key heroes for me this game, definitely the Tidehunter and the Slayer. I feel like they both put in a lot of work. Slayer, he ended 2-3-10. Well, he's 2-3-10 right now, which is pretty crazy for a support Slayer. Did a really good game.
Yeah, I agree.
Staying alive through a lot of these fights.
You know, that mid-game where all the supports were super poor, he was the one support that had decent money. Turning that into the Blink Dagger, they found a lot of kills. Because the game, remember, was in favor of Signify up until that point. You see like this 12-minute mark on the net worth graph. That was before the Blink comes out. Then the Blink comes out, things start drifting back over towards Mega.
Yeah, and one of his deaths was snatching the Aegis.
Yep.
So
yeah, that's true. I completely forgot about that, but that is a big play. Otherwise, they have Aegis. They can get some more map control for Signify at the very least. Maybe some towers. Yeah. This SF also has been huge. He has 3 deaths to his name. Really, since the start of the game, he hasn't died. He now has a Daedalus, Scotty, S, and Y. He has the damage per soul. He's got a Silver Edge. I mean, he has been throwing bombs into just about every one of these fights. They've done a really good job. I think everybody, really, for Mega. Aloha, especially, making sure he uses his Ravages correctly. It's been some pretty patient play from them, I would say, and I really like it. But 18k lead. The game's not over yet. I'm getting there.
yeah, very hard to come back when the enemy has Mega Creeps and double Ravage. Pretty much impossible. You have to be amazing at Dota.
It's very true.
Yeah.
Only God.
Not that I know
players.
anyone that did it yesterday or
Yeah,
anything.
no.
I mean, I don't know. They probably really, really good at Dota,
Listen, I've never heard
Like-
of any godlike player doing that.
though. No. Now, mind you, there may have been a extremely farmed Ember Spirit that was too stupid and dense to buy a BKB, and so that's the only reason we won. But we still won.
Well, he would have died anyway, to be fair. Blink called him twice. He can't get his BKB off.
I don't know.
Maybe you're probably right.
Pretty sure all you had to do was buy a BKB.
You did get, well, no. Every time we killed him, he didn't know he was coming, or he didn't know we were coming. At the end
Not
of
for
the
the
game.
first, like, 10 times.
Yeah, well, I mean,
But
we
yeah.
didn't kill him though at those points of the game, right? We only killed him twice at the end.
Either way, it's refresher time. Give it to Tide. Let's go. Triple Ravage. Womp, 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 womp.
All right, well, this will be fun.
I think he should go buy an Agnes.
He has
So
like
we can
900
have-
damages from Ravages alone in this fight. Go for it.
That was just
Swing and
for
a miss.
fun. That was a threat.
One
Don't
down.
Make me do it again.
Golem comes out. Walk back in. Use that Ravage. Come on, baby. He's really holding on to it. Go for it. Now, Blizzard BKBs.
Yeah.
He's
He
actually
held that.
silenced up. He still has 2 more. Negi has his BKB. He's not even going to need to use it.
Wait, they're dying during the BKB? That's no fun.
Yeah, that is not fun.
Quick,
GG.
Ravage. It's
Ravage
almost
twice.
over.
Come on, Aloha. He refreshes. Yeah.
Excellent.
Party horn, indeed, Kumin. Wow. Great game. 51 minutes long. Pretty close stuff for the first 20 minutes or so.
So the Fort Windranger, despite being picked so early, it had some decent matchups, like being against the Weaver was actually pretty nice. It's just a hero that is like all this physical damage that you can avoid with Windrun and still stay in the middle of the fights for like shackle shots and stuff like that. But overall, I wouldn't say the hero was very impactful, but it's a position 5, so sometimes that's just how it goes when you're given virtually nothing. She did a good job of just pushing out waves. She could have been like a Jakiro or something, and it likely would have looked very similar.
It didn't look good. I'm sure there were